Language is also a tool that we use to solve problems, the same way we do intelligence and modes of creativity. Now, we use language in order to get ideas from one person to another. It's been our method of communicating since we sat around fires in caves. And we do so not only to communicate from one to another, we do it to communicate into large groups as well. And language is occurring not just verbally, but in nonverbal formats as well. However, the spoken language is unique to the human race, as we know, and there are certain features of language that we're going to discuss and cover today. To make problem solving and communicating possible through language, we use a system of rules, whether they follow spoken, written, or signed language. And these rules are composed of grammatical rules, as well as rules related to our lexicon, or how we develop the actual words that we use, the breakdown of words into their elementary parts, such as phonemes and morphemes, which are syllables essentially, and vocalizations that we combine using different rules of syntax and different rules of grammar in order to form our human language. We also know that semantics are a crucial part to constructing language. What are the context by which language is formed also is very relevant to us. The skills that we use for these rules develop with age, of course, and although age-related changes in speaking are usually, we can find them by observing children speak, and we see how that evolves over time. By the time we reach adulthood, we can really see the formation of our syntax and grammatical rules well in place. Let's just speak for a moment about some of the early stages, though, from childhood. Usually, we describe the progression in terms of the number of words that a child can put together, that they can string together in order to form a thought. At about 4 to 6 months of age, babies begin to babble. And it seems like they are not making much sense, but in their minds, they're actually beginning to communicate and practice the sounds that they hear in their surrounding and in the language that's spoken in their homes. This stage lasts roughly until the child's first birthday, where they're still babbling and putting pieces of syllables together. And during this time, their ability to recognize sounds that are not used in their language increases. And actually, the occurrence of these sounds decreases over time. At about a year of age, a child enters the one-word stage, which lasts about 18 months. They're saying mom, dada, ball, up, down, single words, and sometimes they string them into two-word sentences, cup here, in which case they're really communicating, bring that cup over here. So it expresses a lot more than just those two words. This is called telegraphic speech, and it's also typical of, as we said, the two-word stage, during which children primarily use a noun combined with a verb. Maybe they say, mommy hug, or doggy bite. And a few months later, they may throw in an adjective, such as good doggy. So they're expanding their language as they get older. Although attempts have been made to begin to explain language development in terms of operant conditioning from the works of B.F. Skinner, we actually look to the work of Noam Chomsky, who really contributed a lot of our knowledge in language development from his seminal works. He claimed that children have a language acquisition device. a type of universal built-in system that helps them interpret and use language in various ways relative to their unique environment. Though this mechanism, this acquisition device, is one that we find again cross cultures in all different countries of all children around the world have, according to Chomsky, this system. We also find there to be a universality to the stages with which children run through the development of language over time. That about covers it for our focus on language, and in a moment we will turn our attention to memory.